So today we are going to take up a very important and interesting topic. Okay, that is nothing but communication. So communication is nothing but passing a message from one person to other person. A person speaks, he is the speaker, and the other person listens, he is the listener. Okay, so after listening the thing, so the message, so again the listener will speak. So then he will become the speaker, and the speaker will listen, he will become the listener. So the process goes on, it continues. So that is nothing but the communications. Passing a message from one person to other person is a communication. Okay, and it need not be for one person, it can be for many persons, others, especially in teaching, that the teacher will teach and all the people, the students, they listen. And even the politicians, they speak, okay, on dais. So many people who have attended the gathering, so they also listen to the politician. So that is the communication. So okay, then before going into the details, so let us see some of the important or salient features of communication. So what are they? They are listed here. One is, it must be simple. Okay, so the communication must be very simple and it should not be very long, I can say. Because so the lengthy communications, the receiver may not be in a position to receive it. So if it is brief and simple, so that it will be good and beautiful. Okay, the simple communication is always beautiful and the other person can receive it within no time. Okay, so that is the main important feature of the communication, basic fundamental of communication. The second point is, it should be though it is simple, it should not be incomplete. So the communication should never be incomplete. If you give some message, it must be complete in the sense. I can give an example. So one day one of my friends, he called me for a marriage function of his brother, and so he told me orally, that is oral communication. After 2 days, so when I was in market, so I received a call from my friend and he was telling me, where are you? So the marriage is going on, so we are performing the marriage of my brother, where are you? Why don't you come? He asked me. See, that is incomplete. So his communication is incomplete. He did not tell anything, just he told that so he is performing the marriage of his brother. He did not give you the venue, the timings, etc. So nothing, the information is incomplete. So that's why I could not go to the function. Okay, so communication must be simple, brief, and it must be complete always. Okay, and the another thing is your communication must be very energetic. Whenever you speak, there must be some energy in you. Okay, that energetic speech or the communication is liked by others. Okay, so we must show some energy, and your communication must also be very interesting. So it should arouse interest to the listener. Okay, if I communicate something, definitely the other person must be, oh, good. So he's speaking good. So the content is good. So what he is speaking, let me listen. Okay, so it must be energetic and it also must be interesting. I can give one best example. When I was in my college, so his name is Mr. Kamalakar, and his speech was always energetic and always attracting the people. So if you want to be liked and to be attracted, so definitely you have to improve your communication and you must be in a position to communicate better, okay, than others, so that the others can like you. Yes, so it is also an art. So good communicator, so he develops the skill of speaking with others, and he speaks so soberly, so nicely, and so pleasingly, so interestingly, so energetically, so that all people will like him. So it is really a wonderful art. Okay, the communication skill is we have to grasp the skill. Okay, and then acceptable. So your communication should be acceptable to all. So what is this acceptable means? You should not speak harsh words, okay, so we should not hurt others. So these are very careful, we must be very careful. If you speak one word, you cannot take it back. So that is very, very important. So we must be very careful while speaking with others. So we should not slip your tongue. So that is that thing. So important. So must be acceptable. So they must accept you. Acceptable words you have to speak only. Okay, non-acceptable words should not be spoken by anyone. And it must be coupled with your body language. So the body language, the most important thing is your eye contact. So if you have eye contact, so then definitely the listener is interested in your speech. And if he doesn't give eye contact, that means the listener is not interested in your speech. Okay. So the communication must always be two-way, it cannot be one way. And if you don't receive the eye contact from the listener, so then you better stop the communication. Okay, so let us go to the next slide and see what are the different interesting things and important things for this communication. It is a two-way process. This is very interesting. So in definition, so passing message from one person to other person is the communication. So then the listener will speak again and the speaker will listen. So it goes on. So but sometimes what happens, a person, he goes on speaking. He speaks and he speaks. And he always wanted other person, the listener, to listen, and he never allows the listener to speak. So that is called one way. See here? So two-way and one-way communication. One-way communication is very bad and very boring for the listener. So he can listen for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but he cannot listen continuously. So a good communicator need to allow other person, that is the listener also, to speak. So you have to wait and give time to him. Yes, you can speak now. So you tell me, what do you say? So he has to ask. Okay, that is better. But some people, they have this habit, they must get rid of this. Continuously you speak and you want others to listen to you. So that is not at all good for anyone. Okay. Next, a good communicator listens well. I can pinpoint this. If you want to be a good communicator, you must listen first. You must be a good listener. Then only you can become a good communicator. If you don't listen to others, what you can follow? You cannot understand their problems. So he wanted to tell something to you. So let him tell, and you have to patiently listen to them, so that you can be empathetic and you can step into their shoes and you can understand their problems very well. That's a very good quality of a good communicator. Then if it is possible, you can give a solution to him and then empathetically just stepping into their shoes. Kindly underline this statement. A good communicator need to be a good listener. Then only he can become a good communicator. Next one must be empathetic. I already told this. Then you need to be attentive when other person speaks. Supposing I am working with a laptop and somebody wants me, so I have to pay attention. I should stop my work and then just turn my face and listen what other person speaks. If I doesn't stop it, I simply go on working and without paying any attention, the other person will get annoyed. Is it true or not? Definitely. Sure, tell me, what do you want? What do you say? So this we have observed even in offices also. If somebody, the customer, enters the clerk, so then they don't lift their face. They never look at you and they don't want what actually you wanted from them. So that is very bad. So you have to greet them first. You have to receive them, give a simple smile and then ask, what can I do for you? What do you want? Or simply you can say, what do you want? Next, your tone must be soft and gentle. So if you want to be a very good communicator, to be liked by many people, so please be gentle. So you need not be very loud in your voice. So your voice must be so soft and gentle, so that it's so pleasing that others then they can like it. So never shout on others, because the shouting is not the solution for anything. So if you are angry, you just take a breath for some time, and then you get rid of your anger, and then so be cool and speak to others. So that would be better always, rather than shouting with a loud voice and just buying inconvenience and struggle with others and losing your temper also. And communication, there are two types. One is a oral communication, and other is the written communication. Oral communication is just by telling with your mouth, and it is a oral only. But the written communication is really good, and it is a documented thing, and for legal documents and everything, they are a written communication only. Okay, so the communication plays a very important role in humans' life. But the most importantly, to maintain relations. Okay, interpersonal relations. If you want to maintain good relations, you must be a good communicator. Okay, you must be a good listener also. If somebody says something, you have to listen. Generally, the people say that no talking terms. No talking terms with brothers. Two brothers, they don't talk each other. Two sisters, they don't talk each other. What is this? Okay, I can give one example also here. Supposing if there is a wound on your finger, what will you do? You go to the doctor or a surgeon maybe, and then he gives an ointment and an antibiotic if it is required. So you apply the ointment and the dressing and all, so that it will be cured. Will you cut your finger if there is a wound? No, we don't cut our finger if there is a wound. We try to get it healed, okay, with a medical treatment. But in case of human relations, what the people say, so they don't talk to each other. So if there is some misunderstanding, so then they don't talk to each other. So if there is a misunderstanding, the people should come together. They have to discuss in length, and the issue should be sorted out. That is better, and never cut the relation because of just misunderstanding. So why I am telling is a better communication will always leads to good understanding between people, but whereas the miscommunication will lead to misunderstanding, and ultimately it results into strained relations between human beings. Maybe father and son, maybe brother and sister, anybody. Maybe between wife and husband. So we should be very clear and open, and then sit together, discuss all the issues and sort out the things. So for better relations, and never cut the relation just because there is a misunderstanding between two people. So that is not at all advisable. What do you say? Is it good or bad? So don't lose the relations. So maintain the relations, because which is the most important thing for maintaining good relations? It is nothing but your communication. So a good communicator will always welcome others. Come, sit together, discuss together, sort out the issues, and let us rebuild or patch up and regain our relation, and let us lead a very happy life. All the people, okay, with all the family members, with all the friends. And even this misunderstanding is very common between friends also. I have seen so many friends, so they were very good thick friends, but suddenly they become enemies. Is it required? No, not at all. You have to sort it out with better communication. So I request all the people to give your comments and also your suggestions. So whether how to maintain the relations with good communication, and what are the other important things in communication. Okay, thank you.